afternoon, dear children. So here today let us start with degrees of comparison. Okay. Degrees of comparison. So now here, as the title suggests, it is the degrees of comparison. So we know the degrees of comparison can be in an adjective as well as in an adverb. So what are the basic three categories under which we compare this? Okay, the first one is positive, then comparative, then the last one is superlative. Okay, so these are the three degrees of comparison. So now when I say positive, that means when I am not making any comparison, rather it is based on a particular person or thing. Okay, if I say she is smart. Okay, so that means my subject is she over here and I am not comparing her with anyone, right? So she is a single person and she is not being compared with anyone, but her quality has been given. Okay, so this is her quality. How is she? She is smart. So that means I understand that since the quality of a pronoun has been given, so this is smart is my adjective. So that means if a word qualifies a noun or a pronoun, so that is known as my adjective, as we had studied in adjective. So now here smart is the quality of this girl, right? Now suppose I compare her with her sister or her friend. Okay, so she is smarter than her sister. Okay, so I have compared her with her sister. So she is smarter than her sister now. So that means here I have changed my adjective from smart to smarter. And why have I changed that? Because I am comparing her with another person and I have used the word than. Okay, so that means now when I am not comparing, when I am only finding the quality of the person, so that quality comes under your positive degree. Smart. Okay. Now when I am making this comparison with another person, so comparative degree means comparison with another one person, not more than another one person. Okay. So that means the comparison is between two people, this girl and her sister. That's it, with no one else extra. Okay. So that comes to your comparative degree. So here it is smarter. Then the last one for superlative means the comparison is for more than two. Okay, between more than two. If I say here she is the smartest of all, that means how many? I am talking about sisters, friends. So anybody in the area, so it's not mentioned. So among this all. So she is the smartest of all. So my sentence will be she is the smartest of all. Okay. So my word used is smartest. So that will come under your superlative degree. Okay, now let us find the clue words to understand this. So when I use the comparative degree, I have used a clue word than, and this word than is used comparative word. Smarter. Smarter than. So that is my clue word. So than is always used for your comparative degree. Then for your superlative degree, now superlative means it is the best among all, okay, or the worst among all. So whatever it is. So before that superlative word, I use a clue word, the article the. When we were doing articles, we had learned that the articles are always used before the superlative words. So superlative word is smartest. Before that, I use the smartest of all. Okay. So now these are the positive, comparative and superlative degree of adjectives I am doing. Okay. So how do you identify that? First thing, in a sentence, you have to identify the adjective. Once you identify the adjective, if you see that in a sentence it is being compared with another person, then you will understand that is your comparative degree. If there is no comparison, rather it is giving the quality of that person, then that is your positive degree. And if the comparison is between more than two, so then that is your superlative degree. So here then you get your superlative degree, right? So let me give you some more examples of your adjectives. Okay. So like here you have some irregular adjectives, like here good, the handwriting is good, okay. Then better, then you have the best, okay. So then here if you have beautiful, then more beautiful, so we add more to it, okay, and then most beautiful, okay. Then you have your big, bigger, biggest, where you add double G. Okay, so now these are the degrees of comparison of your adjectives I was doing. Now let us do with the adverbs. Okay, now adverbs also have the same category, that is your positive, comparative and superlative. Like in a sentence, you have to first identify the adverb in that, okay, and then we can make it into your comparative and superlative. Like here, she writes carefully. Now here, let us first understand. She is my subject, okay. Writes is my action, so it's your verb. And how does she write? So I am describing this action word. How does she write? She writes carefully, okay. So that means carefully is describing my verb writes. So here the word which, this is your adverb, okay. Carefully is your adverb. So what is the definition of adverb? The words which describe a verb, an adjective and an adverb itself are known as your adverbs. We had studied when we were doing adverbs, isn't it? So the words which describes a verb, an adjective and an adverb are called adverbs. So now here carefully is describing what? Writes. How does she write? She writes carefully. So that means carefully is my adverb. Now here this is the quality of her writing, a single person. So that means carefully will come under your positive degree. Okay. Now here if the comparison is between another person, okay, she writes more carefully than her sister. So now here with her sister the comparison, so the word becomes more carefully. among all. So now here, most careful. Okay. So this is how we can frame this, the adverbs in the different degrees. Okay, the positive, comparative and superlative. So, but the first and foremost thing is that we have to identify our adverb. Okay, and then we can easily change that into a comparative or your superlative degree. So children, I hope that you all have understood, and please go through your chapter, and you have to even learn those exercises to remember it, and it becomes easy for you to understand. Okay. So thank you and have a wonderful day.